everyone, Cheryl here today, and today's Craft With Me project is going to be a Lollipop card. I made these several years ago, and I do have a couple on my blog that I posted a long time ago, but I thought it would be fun to make one using the darling Cutie KaToodles. These were the Valentine Wagon horses from Kadoodle Bug Designs, and so this is what they actually look like when they're put together. And she's super cute. And I do have some videos on layering and everything on the horses as well. But I thought I wanted to use them on one of these so I could kind of keep one in my craft room. So the first thing I did was, we'll set her aside because we don't need her right now. The first thing I did was just pick a bunch of different shapes in different pinks and kind of laid them out how I thought I may want them layered. And so we're going to do that kind of like so. And then I kind of tilted this one, but they're all just kind of have some pinks and creams, and then just a pink, and then the same paper, and then just some random die cuts that I picked out of my stash. I've used a lot of Cheerylynn, and I also used, sorry you guys, oh my goodness, Cheerylynn, and who was the other one? And I think the other was just right. So what you're going to want to do is get some circles, and these are pretty big, and it's really going to depend on what size you're doing. And so the first thing I'm going to want to do is figure out, because this is going to be the starting point for this, but whoops, I'm thinking I'm going to want this one up a little higher because I kind of want it to be seen, and then this one could be, so I kind of want it to be seen like that. You're really not going to see this middle, but that's all right. So I am going to use some glue. And, oh, shoot, I won't be able to stick that pin. We could put it in there maybe. So I'm just going to glue down this. And I do have the hot glue gun ready to go as well. And so I want more at the top. These are super fun to make. It's been such a long time since I've done this. But I thought, what am I going to put her on? And I really wanted that little SVG file, the little horses, to be on something. I'm hoping this is going to be, okay, let's see if we can get that. And so now I'm just going to place this. There's going to be so many layers on this, so it's not going to really matter too much. Okay, so that creates the base part of this. And so I took one of the little straws and I actually ran just the top part through, probably about an inch and maybe an inch and a quarter, maybe an inch and a half. I ran probably about an inch and a half through because that's what I'm gonna put this in the middle. And then the card part, I did another circle. And then if you wanted to create the little card, because this is going to be the card on the back, you could, and I should have left that die set out because I can't reach it from here. Let me see if I can just grab one of the spellbinders. So I think I used Cherylynn's big circle, or no, I may have used the spellbinders. Let's see. Nope, this is a Cheerylynn, I could already tell. Anyways, when you run it through, just fold your paper in half like you're making a card. And then when you go to lay this down, you can just leave a little area on the back. And that way it'll make the card part for the back of this. And then you could always stamp. If you're going to do any stamping, you'd probably want to do that first. I don't think really that I need to do any stamping if I'm keeping this one. So I'm not too concerned about that. But we'll go ahead and put that on. I'm wondering if I should do that now. No, because that's going to be in the way. So we'll do it after. Okay. So that's why we have one base here, because we're going to hook this base and the stick, the little straw will go in between, and then your card part can go on. And you could always just make this part and then do this part and add it after you do your stamping, or if you want to do any design and then journaling on the inside, you could do that and then attach it with some score tape. And so that's always an idea, at least have this part done. So the next thing we want to do is add our little doily. And so this is the top. And so for the doily, I am going to use some little, I'm going to give it some height here. So I think I'm going to go, we'll just put a bunch of these on. Because I think they're going to all be covered anyways. Okay. And once I get those, and I did grab some flowers and I grabbed some ribbons, because I'm going to cover the stick part with some ribbon to cover, because this is more of all pastels. So let me see if I can lift this up. I think I want it about like so. Okay. So the next one that's going to go on is going to be our next design paper, little shape. And so I'm going to do this one, but I want this one not popped up so much. So I'm using the thinner foam tabs. These I get from Really Reasonable Ribbon, and they're not as high, you know, not as tall as the others. So I like to kind of have some different sizes. And I probably should, because we're going to have, I think I'm going to add more because I want them all the way around. So when I go to the next piece, so I'm thinking this is the, so we'll kind of go like so maybe. Okay. So now we have that piece, and now we can add another piece, is just a frame. This is just right. I love this frame. I've used this a lot on a lot of my cards. And so I'm just going to put a bunch around this because we need to make sure that, oops, I should clean these all up, but we want to just make sure that it's going to hold any weight that we put on the front of this. These would be cute. If you got like a dowel from the hardware store, you could always make one to put in like your plant. I think that would be really cute. Okay, so we have that. And then the next one I want is this one, the design paper piece. And this one, actually, no, I don't. I want, sorry, I'm going to glue this on with just some glue. Let me move those all out of the way because I got to put those in the trash. But I'm going to put this one on first. And I think this one is a spellbinders. This may be the spellbinders, one of their frames. And then I think this one is a Cheerylynn. And so these I'm not going to do any height to them. I'm just going to I think I'm going to put that one right there. Okay. And then this one I'll just do the smaller, or the ones that aren't so tall. Okay. So once we have this part done, I think I'm just going to go into the decorating part. Okay. So okay. And I could have done the white on top, but okay, let me get those out of my way. Those will bug me. Okay, so I think we're done with those for now. So now we can grab our little images, or if you're using a stamp, or even if you want to just do a sentiment, you could do that as well. And so I think what I'm going to do is actually get these popped off of here. And so I think I just want to kind of figure out, and even though we're covering all those, I probably should have brought that one up a little higher, but I'm going to bring in some other little shapes, so it's probably not going to matter. Let's go ahead and get, I'm thinking maybe one. Oops. See if I can get those on the back. So I'm just going to get these on my pieces, because I am going to add in some flowers and such. I'm going to have to cover, I think I'm going to just probably run the flowers maybe along the bottom. So I'm thinking she could probably go right there, maybe. And I did do some tags, so I'm not even sure what tag I'm using or even where this tag's going to go. So I did do, like, I love you, or sweet. I even did little Easter blessings, but I'm just trying to think, where would I put the tag? Maybe off to the side over here. Okay, so I may use this one. Let's keep that one out and put that in there. Okay, so I think that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and get my little pieces on her. And hope. Okay. Yeah, those are going to be cute. I was going to cover her more, but I think she'll be okay just like so. Oh, that's going to be cute. Okay. So we have all those on now. So now I'll clean up the rest of these and get them out of my way. Okay. So I did bring in some, I cut out a bunch of greenery, and these are all from Cheerylynn. There's some old dies that I have, but you could use any branches or swirls that you want. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to use these, but I like to have them prepped for a video just in case, or even when I'm doing, even without videoing. So this is kind of like what I would be doing if I wasn't videoing. I just have all these things cut and ready as well. Okay. But they did all get stuck together. Okay, so I think I cut quite a few. I just wasn't sure, and I like to have some leftovers because I'll probably make another one of these. If I'm going to make one, I might as well make two. Okay, so there's that. So bringing her back in. So I cut out those and that, and then I did cut out these little swirl hearts. These came from Just Right. It's a double die. It has like 2 dies. And they're old too. I just pulled them out of my stash. I haven't used some of these for a long time. And then I pulled some little swirls. I think those are spellbinders. And then we have our little tag. And an extra tag. Okay, so those are all extra pieces. So you kind of can find if you want to, where you want to add some flowers. And I'm just going to grab, hopefully, these scissors. So I think I'm going to snip this apart. Because you could always just like stick these in and kind of find, that's kind of how I do when I'm trying to, I'll just cut that off. When I'm trying to see where I want to place something. And if you want to use, you could always bring in the other color as well. If you want. And then I just kind of just carefully cut that. And maybe just kind of shove that in there. And I won't even bother gluing these down because once you place your flowers with the hot glue, that's going to be plenty enough. I'm almost thinking that one needs to go up because I don't like the way that looks. Oops. Ah. Boy, these sure do want to stay, don't they? Okay, so we're going to do flowers. We definitely need one right here because I want flowers there. I'm thinking I'm going to cut this one short since we're going to want some flowers down here. Okay, so those are going to, that's going to be how it's going to be. So I'm going to throw those back in. I don't think I'm using any of these. I was going to, but I don't think I need those. I did want to add some little hearts, and I'll add those in after I get this part done. So for this part, let me just move those back some. For this part, I grabbed a bunch of just random flowers that I got from Really Reasonable Ribbon and just kind of put them all in here. And I'm going to snip some more. So I went with, since I'm going, the theme is pink and white, even though there's a little blue and a little green. I'm going with just pink and white on the flowers as well. I'm going to keep those. I know I had put some bigger ones in here. Let's see. I have some little aster daisies. These are cute. I'll just snip the back off of that one. So, do have that. I thought I picked, oh, here's the roses. I kind of want some darker roses. So these are the open roses. You can get these from Really Reasonable Ribbon. She carries all the flowers that I use. So I'm going to put like just maybe here. I'm just going to kind of just place them wherever. And then I want to come in with some tiny ones. So I had one of these. I don't know that I had 2 of these whites. I try to keep these in a bag. Like all my little extras are in a bag. So I can just pull the bag usually. And do I have another one of those? Probably not. A smaller one. This one is a little sweetheart flower, sweetheart blossom. So I'm going to just pull that. I want that one. I want some of these small ones. And then I'm going to want some rosebuds as well. So I'll just get these all cut. And then here's some rosebuds. Or one rosebud. Is this another? Oh, here's a bunch. Okay, those look like they're the same. So we'll use 2 of that one, and then we'll use this little random one. Oh, there's a couple. Okay, and I think that may be it. I may try to throw that in as well. And there's another big one. We can try to see if we can get that in. These little ones are always nice to have too. I should pull a few of those just in case I need some fillers. I'll leave them out. Okay, and let me just toss all those back. All right. And then I'm going to get the glue gun and bring it over. And I need to just grab one more glue stick. This is the fun part, the decorating. Okay, so let me actually get this plugged into this cord over here so it's closer. All right. Oops, sorry, you guys. I probably just shook you. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to be able to see what I've got, what kind of mess I've got going on here. Oh, and I did grab these little springy things. I was going to try to add those in, darn it. And then I did grab some leaves. And these also came from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I was going to try to add these in as well. So we'll see if we can do that. I'm going to just snip them all off. And even if I don't use them, it won't matter. So I'm thinking, do I like, because I'm going to have the bow. Well, the bow really should be on this side if the tag's going to be over there. But I guess it's not going to matter. So we'll just start. I think I'm going to just start here. And I'm just wondering if I should put, I don't know, those may have to get stuck in last. And do I want any little leaves? Those would probably be cute. Okay, so I'm just going to start gluing. So I just put some glue down when I'm first starting because I know this big flower is going to take quite a bit. So, and then I think we're going to come in. I had that little aster daisy there, but I had pulled a bigger flower too. I think I'm just going to stick this bigger one right there. That'll hold down the little branches or the swirls. I have that one for there. I want a smaller one. I think we'll go with this one. So I'm just going to kind of stick these. And then if you want to stick in another leaf, you can always just shove that in. And where's my little pokey tool? You can kind of just get that in like so. We'll have a lot of webs that I'll have to pull off later. I won't even bother doing in the video. Whoops. So we can kind of move those. Just kind of get them placed where you think you're going to want them. And then we can kind of put this pink one maybe right there. I just kind of place them kind of all over. Okay, so now we'll come to this side because we can always come back and fill in. And so I do want this one right here. And now I'm wishing I would have grabbed some more of a darker pink color. Like probably this one here. That's why sometimes when you think it's like, sometimes when I think that I have like enough pulled and I end up not, I'm like, so I'll have to come back. Okay. So I think because I want one there and we can kind of put one over here as well. Okay. And I know I want one shoved in right here. Even if it covers that one flower, it's all right. And I know I'm sticking to the mat. Ah, there we go. Okay. And hopefully you could still see. Whoops. Okay, so I have those all placed. And now I think I'm going to come in. I know I want the pink probably right there. I've got a lighter one as well. So let's do, we'll stick this darker pink right there. We can come in with the white. Just kind of stick them. And I know that's going to stick again. Ah, there we go. A lot of webs. Okay, so I think we're pretty much set on that. Could always do the little springs up, maybe this off the side, maybe off one side, I don't know. And then I am going to do some rosebuds. I love adding the rosebuds to the ends of, like, when I do my cards and stuff. I think it just kind of finishes it off a little bit. And so I'm going to add these like up like that. So that one will just get stuck down like that. Whoops. Okay, well, I could see all the webs, so that's all right. I can always get those later. Okay, and then we'll just do these two over here, and then I'm going to add I'll have to clean my mat later. Okay. So that's what she looks like so far. So if you wanted to come in with more green leaves, you could. If you wanted to stick those in other places. I think I'm going to leave it alone and not do that. And I think I filled in pretty much all the spots that I wanted. Oh, there's one. We can just stick this one right, right in there. Okay. So I think that's everything. Hopefully that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to put all these back in there. And so we have all our little flowers done. Actually, I could have stuck one in there to fill that in. Well, let's see if that looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. So I have that done. So now I want to see if I'm going to add any of these little hearts or not. I thought these would be really cute. So I'm not sure if I want to do like the all pinks. And if I'm going to just shove those in or cut them down or maybe put them towards the back. Could always put them on the back. You're not going to really see that heart though, so I'm not sure. No, I think I want to keep it pink because if I have a bow over here, okay, so I think I am going to add those back here. So I am going to just place a little glue and try to get those smashed down. 1, 2, maybe 3. Yeah, that'd be cute. Because we still have to put our other back piece on. Let me see if I can push this down on my glue mat. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I think that's ready. And yeah, that would be cute. fun to just play around with these. Okay, so I'm going to kind of show you what I did with this little tag to get the tag, like, if you could see that. See how it's got the pink very lightly in the center? I keep my, for Stampin' Up, I had this punch, but I also have a random die that I pulled that actually coordinates perfectly with this. And so I keep it glued. I keep it just taped to this. And then when I want to run this through, I will, and then I'll end up changing out the tape sometimes. But you run it through the machine like this. And then once it's done and it comes out, you could take this and hold it to the back. I'll run this through really quick just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. And it helps to keep it in place when you're going to go ahead and do some shading. So let me see if I can grab that. Okay, so what I did was I'll carefully usually take it off and then flip this over. And because this isn't going to stay, the die isn't going to hold that paper in, I just keep it like so. And then that way I can hold that down. And then I can come in with the dauber and do some just some shading. Get some pink on there. And then when you lift this out, you'll have a nice little frame. So there's one. And then I just stick this back because I don't want to have to search. I use the tags quite a bit, so I don't have to put a new piece of tape. I keep tape right next to me, so it won't matter. But anyway, so I've got this done. So this piece ready. And I think I did grab the, I'm going to use Pretty in Pink around the edges of, whoops. I'm going to use Pretty in Pink from Stampin' Up just around the edges here. Just kind of highlight that. So that'll be cute. So I think I want the, I like this. I think the sweet's cute. I think I'm going to put the sweet up there. I was going to use I Love You, but I think sweet will be cute. Okay. So we're going to use, oh, and I'm shaking, you guys. Sorry. I stuck the little sticky tabs over to the left, which I usually don't do. I usually keep them to the right, but I don't know, for some reason the glue gun's over there. I've got everything over to my left. So I'm just putting these little, the little thin ones on the back. I could always come in with the little white and do some little white dots. And I'm just using the Posca paint pen. This is, I bought a set of 2 off of eBay for, I thought was a really good price. I was buying them in the store and then I couldn't get the one and I was getting the others that were not working. So this one seems to be my favorite out of all the pens for doing little dots. Okay, so there's that, super cute. So now I think I'm gonna use, let me carefully without hitting you guys, because I have score tape over here too. I'm gonna move it out of the way. Okay, let me move all these. All right. So I think I am gonna use just one big one, and then I'm gonna actually hot glue this. Maybe I'll use a couple because we don't know where it's gonna, the placement's gonna be on that. I see a lot of webs. Okay. So I just kind of want to figure out, maybe I'll even bring it in. I don't know. Not really sure where I want that. Could you go there if you're going to do I think my first thought was over here. I'm gonna stick it there for now without hot gluing it because I'll probably change my mind. So, okay, yeah, and I probably am gonna change my mind. I could already tell. Ah, I think I stuck it down. Do I want it up higher? I don't know. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there for now, and I promise I won't. Okay, so now, since I have this piece ready, I want to go ahead and get that covered with some ribbon. And I really wasn't sure if I was going to use what ribbon I was going to use. I pulled a few different ones. Let's see what the other one was. Oh, I think I want this one. And I'm hoping, I've covered them before when I did a purple one. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay. So I think we'll start from the back, even though you're not gonna see that. Whoops. And I'll just have to be really careful. Adding just a little bit of glue. Now you could probably even use the score tape, would probably be a better choice for this. This part up here isn't going to matter so much because it's going to be tucked inside the card part. But it's when we start getting down that it is going to matter. Oops. There we go. And I almost brought over the cute little beads to kind of dangle, but you know, there's so many. I'm gonna move this too because this is like on the wrong side of me. There we go. So you'll just want to, and I'm not putting it on the back, but like I said, if you wanted to do score tape, I'm just kind of bringing it toward, you know, from the back to the front. I figured once I have this coming all the way around and down, it's gonna stay in place. There we go. And yeah, that's really cute. I like that ribbon. This one's also from Really Reasonable Ribbon. It's gonna be really pretty. Oops, and I did get a little bit right there. And I'm probably gonna have to swirl that around. This is the back. And bring it to the front. Okay. And I think on the bottom part, I need my little, I think for the bottom, I just want to cover that. Hopefully that, yeah, that's cute. Okay, so that's my back and this is my front. I'm gonna leave that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna come in with a little bow or something down here as well, like a real tiny one. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so that's the back, and then this is the front. You can always put a little flower or something. If you're gonna stick this in something, it won't matter. Okay, so we have that part ready to now put in the card part, or actually in between this piece. I did another of the circle for the back. And so you'll just kind of want to find where we're placing it. So kind of like so. I'm thinking that probably would be good. Maybe right like there. So I'm gonna have to add, I'm gonna add the glue to the back right here, hoping that's the center. And then I want to be able to see that. Oh no, that's not the center. The center was more right here. Ah. Okay. There we go. See if I can just push that down. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it upside down. And I'm going to add this piece on. And I do need the other glue stick that I brought right here. Now you could always, if you wanted, take a piece of like the boarding, real thin boarding, and cut that out as well. And that will give you, and I thought I had cut a thick piece. What did I do? Because this one doesn't feel like the piece that I had. That's kind of weird. Oh well. Oh, it's right there. So you know, you could always, and I may, because I'm not gonna put the card part on yet. So let's see if we can just flip that. Cute. And I just need to get all those little hairs off of there. So now I'm just going to add some ribbon. The card I'm going to put on later. I'll put some score tape on the back and do that later. And so we have our sentiment, and I'm not sure if I'm changing anything with that. I think I'm just going to go with the ribbon that's around the bottom of that. I had pulled a bunch of others, like some polka dots, but I think I just like this one. So I'm just gonna make a bow to shove in down here. And so just gonna do my loops. And this one is not a double-sided sateen, so I have to loop differently. So I kind of loop down, and then I'm gonna loop up. And like if you're gonna loop again, you'd want to loop down and then kind of loop up and just kind of go with the flow. I'm gonna let one long one hang down, and I'm probably gonna grab another piece just to tie in with this. And then I saved the wires from the flowers. And then I'll just come in. I'll bring it all forward, and then I just twist and twist. So you're going to want to leave like a tail on this so we can put that in somewhere. I want to put those in there. And so if you want, you could put it at the bottom. I was thinking I was going to come over to the side, but now I'm not even sure. I think I may go right in here. So we want to come in under this flower right here and off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of grab it all like this, stick a bunch of glue, and then just shove that in there and let it just kind of go with however it's going to go. So you could, if you want to twist, whoops, if you want to twist this, you'd want to do it now. So now's the time to get it. Let's see. Okay. There we go. And so there we have it. And so still not sure about that tag, you guys. I may end up moving it. Seeing it right now, it's hard to tell if I want to do, and I didn't stick these in, so I'm not even sure if I'm putting those in. But I do hope you enjoyed my video today on doing the lollipop card. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, please follow. And I thank you for stopping by. Have a good day.